Okay, moving on to step 30. So this is where we start creating our database or importing our database, adding records, creating reports and queries. Okay, so it seems to be the same format throughout most papers. Right. Hopefully I won't make any mistakes in this one, but if I do, obviously make sure that you are spotting errors and you're not creating them yourself, and check through your work like I did, because you just never know when these mistakes may happen. If you spend a lot of time in front of a computer screen like I do, you don't see things properly. Okay, so right, using a suitable database package, import the file J14 activities CSV. Okay, so this is something we should have done many times by now, importing a database, and we should be familiar with it. So, sorry, not going here. I'm going to go to external data. Remember, we're going to import text file, browse, and I'm going to go to my PC, documents. Okay, so you're going to pick up the file for wherever it's picked up. I should imagine it'd be in your exam login, my documents. It should be the only folder in there. You won't have to go through a million folders like I am. So it's J14 activities, isn't it? Yep, J14 activities. Open. Press OK. And we go to next. And our first row is always field names. Right, so it says use a suitable database package, use the following field names and data types, place a screenshot. Now it doesn't mention anything about a primary key. Okay, so notice that. Right, so I'm going to go to advanced now. And I'm going to change these, so course codes text, activities text, type is text, level is text, location is text, and residential is Boolean. So it's going to be yes, no. So it's either yes, no, 1, 0, true or false. Okay. Daily cost is going to be, you can see here, numeric currency. Okay. So daily cost, currency. So we select currency. Duration is integer. And insurance is numeric currency. Okay, so it's currency for that. Right. So that leaves that. Right, it doesn't even say what currency it should be in. Now, my computer is basically defaulted to pound sterling because it is a UK computer. So wherever you are in the world, I suppose you leave it as it is, because it doesn't say anything about, oh, hang on, euros, sorry, I got that wrong. You are going to prepare some reports for the company, make sure currency values are in euros. So I have to change that. So I'm going to go to next. Now, as I said, it doesn't seem to mention a primary key, but I'm just going to scroll down in case. Right, there's nothing about a primary key. So I assume you could either make the course code a primary key, or you could just have no primary key. I'm going to select no primary key. Now, as you can see, your course codes here all seem to be different. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to select no primary key anyway. And finish. And that should import fine with no errors, I hope. Now, bearing in mind, I do have 2016, and there does seem to be some problems with this, because if you followed the last paper that I did, it just seemed to select everything on one field as 0. Now, I'm going to double click to open up J14 activities. I'm going to go to home, and I'm going to go to view, and I'm going to change this as I see fit. Now, yes, no, I'm going to go to format, and I'm going to select that as yes and no. Okay? On my other database, I did do that later, but I'm going to select that now. Now, my currency needs to be formatted to euros and to 2 decimal places. Now I need to do that for 2 fields. Just goes to show you should always read the paper properly. 2 decimal places. Now everything else pretty much should be in order. Just going to check the number, and the number's integer, so that's fine. Now I'm going to go to data view, and I'm going to save the changes. Right, now, so place a screenshot of your field and data types. Okay, so I'm going to select one of these currency to show that it's in euros to 2 decimal places. I'm going to extend this, print screen it. Go to your evidence document, it should already be open. I'm going to put this onto a new page. And there we are. Okay? Right, so I'm going to save that. Make sure it's saved. I'm going to minimise it for now because I don't need it. Most of this afterwards, I should imagine, is going to be printouts. Right, so here we need to type in this data. Okay? So we can do this together. So if you go home, go to view, scroll down to the bottom, and start just typing the data in. So I'm putting some caps lock JR019 and take it off caps lock now. So rib trip, water, extreme. Right, don't try and get ahead by doing things like typing columns out, because the trouble is here, it may, well, no, there's no primary key, so there shouldn't be a problem, but it can just, you know, cause mistakes. So, and sometimes if you spell something wrong, once it's disappeared in here, it's hard to find it again, and you may spend the bulk of your exam wasting time. So the residential is yes. We don't need to type in euro sign, you just type in the cost. So it's 52, and then that should sort itself out. Duration is 7. And the same with the insurance, don't type in the euro sign. The next one, CR009, off caps lock, tight, surfing, extreme, it's in Cornwall, so I always check, I do mistype, and it's residential. BR017, okay, stunt, flying, air, extreme, in Bristol, yes, and it is 70, where is it, 77.5, so, and it's 4 days, and 20. Right, so that's all our records done now. So we've done that, save the data. So when you go back here, it should save it automatically. And go back to view, and it should all be in there. Okay, so if we look for, here we are, the Bristol activity, which is stunt flying, BR07, there we go. Oh, sorry, that's 17. There you go, it's there. So you can see that there it's all saved. Right, okay. Right, the centre located in Leeds is closed. Find any activities located in Leeds and delete them. Okay, so what you could do for that is just simply a filter. So if you go to filter, sorry, not here. So if we go to location and we deselect everything and select Leeds, press OK. There you go. So there's one record that's come up. So now we just need to delete that record. Okay, so any activities located in Leeds and delete from the database. It's just one activity. So right click, delete record. It's going to ask you, you say yes. There we go. Okay, right, and now let's move on. Right, so now we've got to start creating a report. And you can already see it needs to be calculated at runtime. Okay, so now first of all we need to unfilter everything. So select everything, press OK. And we should have all our records back here, all 139 of them. Now, to create a runtime, what we need to do is we need to basically close the tables. Say yes, save the changes. And this table we don't need here, so I'm just going to close that. And if I close that, it should probably delete itself. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I can start doing this, and then I'm going to need to put the next bit onto another video, but I can start making a query. So I'm going to go to create and query design, add, close, double click, drag down. We should already know the drill if you've been following my videos. And like I said before in previous videos, if you want to pause this and do things yourself, please do. I'd be happy for you. Right, so need a new field called course cost, which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the daily cost multiplied by the duration plus the insurance. So what this is doing is this is calculating everything. So I'm going to do course underscore cost colon square brackets daily underscore cost, close the square brackets, multiplied, as it says, by the duration, open up square brackets, duration, close the square brackets, plus insurance. Sorry, I forgot to put the square brackets in there. Right, now I'm going to run it and see what happens. Hopefully I've done that right. Let's extend this and take a look. Okay, so course cost multiplied plus the insurance. That should be right, I think. So that should be fine. Okay, right, now I'm going to go back to design, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this query so far. Okay, so, well, I'll leave that there actually because I don't think I've got enough time. So click on the next video. Okay, and I'm going to double check what I've done in the mark scheme. If I've made a mistake, I'll pick it up in the next video. Okay, well done.